Winning the War on Childhood Obesity, a group research project by Miranda Coker, Jessica Smith, and Jordan Turner.
Hectic lifestyles and the wonders of computer technology are here to stay. Fitting a decent meal into our schedule may seem impossible. So can making room for fresh air and exercise. Such trends can spell big trouble, especially for the very young. An era of fast food and video games has spawned a new generation of overweight kids whose play and eating habits are altogether different than the youngsters of bygone days.
The problem: we have a childhood obesity epidemic in our country. As illustrated in this Newsweek cover, 6 million kids are seriously overweight. What can families do? Sandra Hasink, author of the book A Parent's Guide to Childhood Obesity, A Roadmap to Health, states 25% of all children aged 2 to 18 years old now meet the criteria for being overweight in our country. And about 9 million children older than 6 years old are considered obese based upon their body mass index. A body mass index is a measure of body fat based on a person's weight in relation to their height. As you can see from this International Body Mass Index cutoff table from the book Body Image, Eating Disorders and Obesity in Youth Assessment, Prevention, and Treatment, Kevin Thompson and Linda Smoke compiled this information to show the cutoff lines between overweight and obesity. Many children in America today are hovering at the overweight and obesity line, and things need to change. To better understand why it is important to address childhood obesity, we need to examine some of the possible health ramifications for a child being overweight or obese. There are many possibilities, both physical and emotional, can damage a child's emotional state for many years to come. One of the major concerns is diabetes. Both type 1 and type 2 can lead to many complications, especially in obese children. Naeed Ali, in his book The Obesity Reality, states, if an obese child has diabetes, their daily activities are restricted because they don't have the energy to complete many simple, everyday tasks. He goes on to state that obese people are 5 times more likely to be hospitalized from their asthmatic condition than non-obese subjects of the same age range. While physical health concerns are important, it is also crucial to investigate the psychological ramifications of childhood obesity. If a child is aware of their obese status, as most would be, they could develop a distorted self-image. They will be more self-conscious and feel extreme unhappiness with their own bodies. In A Parent's Guide to Childhood Obesity, A Roadmap to Health, Sandra Hasink states, a distorted body image can lead a child to try unusual diets, skip meals, or eliminate food groups, further adding to their unhealthy eating and poor nutrition. This can cause an unhealthy relationship with food that will follow the child into adulthood. Despite the epidemic status of childhood epidemic, there are some solutions that we can do to help eliminate this problem.
2, 3, oh.
The amount of time a child spends in school is enormous. So rules laid out in regard to nutrition and exercise can go a long way in the fight against childhood obesity.
One of the obstacles that has led to childhood obesity concerns has been the lack of physical activities and exercise. Parents can assist with this by helping their kids stay busy with sports and activities, clubs, and church groups. Parents can also limit television and gaming and time during the week, or make them only weekends onlys. Keeping kids busy outside of school, however, is not providing enough. Richard Lumpscomb reported in the Christian Science Monitor article, Florida Fights Childhood Obesity with New Gym Rules, that the state of Florida has enacted new physical education requirements for school children in kindergarten through the 5th grade. In order to curb soaring rates of childhood obesity, the new Florida statutes require that all children must receive 30 minutes of continuous physical education every day. Pictured here are 2nd grade students doing activities during their class, doing sit-ups as they teach math. Diet and nutrition are an important part of solving the childhood obesity epidemic in our country. Former President Bill Clinton and the Clinton Foundation have made great strides in trying to assist some of the issues that are facing with obesity. President Clinton says the following.
Over the past 20 years, there's been a tripling in how many snack foods like chips and crackers kids are eating, a doubling in their intake of soft drinks. Fried potatoes, including French fries, make up almost half the vegetables eaten by children between the ages of 2 and 19.
New federal standards for the school lunch program have been adopted that will result in healthier meals for students across the nation. The new meal requirements will raise standards for the first time in more than 20 years and improve the health and nutrition of nearly 32 million students that participate in school meals programs every day. The healthier meal requirements are a key component of the Healthy, Hunger-Free Kids Act, which was signed into law by President Obama. These new school meals rules are based upon recommendations from a panel of experts convened by the Institute of Medicine. The standards were also updated with key changes from the 2010 Dietary Guidelines for Americans, the federal government's benchmark for nutrition, and aim to foster the kind of healthy changes at school that many parents are already trying to encourage at home, such as making sure their kids are offered both fruits and vegetables each day, more whole grains, and portion sizes and calorie counts designed to maintain a healthy weight. In conclusion, society has taken many steps to aid in the war on childhood obesity. While parents work at home to create healthy meals and provide healthy snacks, schools also are taking their part in the problem. If there is a serious change and decline in the rates of childhood obesity, everyone must work together. It is important to teach children at early age healthy habits that will carry them into adulthood. Because children begin school at such a young age and spend most of their time there daily, this is where the most impact can be made. Most of all, it is important to remember children will follow the examples they see. When they see their parents being active and playing with them, but also teachers play a part in this role. Children who see their teachers, principals, and other school staff involved moving will be more inclined to do so themselves. Together, we can start making small changes that will add up to help the future of our children and win the war on obesity.